You know, I'm so pleased that Mudgee had an impact on you, Ben, and Emily. You know, and I think that at the time I was just just playing out my dream of having a farm with the kids growing up, because that's what I had when I was a kid. And when my kids were born, my immediate thought was I must get a block of dirt to go camping or swagging or to do the stuff we're talking about. And then we were lucky enough to get the place across the road, and we could all go there and live. And we had a house there, and it was just all such great fun.
Okay, this is where they slept last night.
Hello.
Hello, Sarah. Oh my gosh. Have a look at Scott on there.
The story that I'm about to share with you is a story about family and how much one property in the bush really means to me. You see, my uncle's passion for the outdoors has provided our family with countless memories over the years visiting his property at Mudgee. This is a reflection of my time and memories that I shared along with my sister and cousins from my first trip 15 years ago up until now.
You know, when you arrive, and I remember we were just talking about this the other day, that when you guys had arrived, we'd already been there for a couple of days or something like that, and we were waiting for you to come, and all the kids had run down to the creek and meet you at the creek and run up with the car, and it was all very exciting times, you know, and there was lots of, great times to be had as a family telling stories, but also, as you said before, creating our new memories for you guys, and that's what we were living in. You know, your mum and myself, your dad, we were living in your memories and being part of them. And so you're going to have these great memories when you're 50, and I'm going to be part of those.
Hi, Bill. Hi, Charlie. Charlie? Hi.
Hello.
Hi, Em. Hi, Ben. Hi, Sarah. Oh, nice skirt.
We got the big property where we go to now 15 years ago. So like Bill and Sarah, the twins, they were 5 when we got it. So it was a great time of everyone's lives, I think, when we were all growing up with kids. The kids were growing up, we were growing up as adults, and we were nurturing our family along the way. And this was a great, it was a great get out of the city place to go to as well. And I love the winter time up there with the kids because of the open fires and the cooking and camp ovens and all that sort of stuff that went with winter in the bush. Summer, it's a bit hot and we don't go there that much, but winter and spring and autumn, absolutely magnificent. And that's when we used to go and have such great times around the fire and laughs and fun and all that sort of jazz. So to me, it was really important in nurturing, the young people within our family to show them how to do things, light a fire, do stuff like that, and get out in the bush, drive a car, drive a motorbike. Look, I loved all the projects there, and we went there with the idea of a project all the time, and the dam with the cabin was fantastic. And I remember you were there at the bottom of the dam when it was dry. We've got photos of all of us there, and we're also there at the same time when we put the fish in.
Yeah.
And when we loaded the little trout fingerlings that were this big, 1,000 of them, put them in, and then we caught some fish. And a couple of years later, it was all those projects were the whole purpose of it, to get everybody active and get everybody involved. And to me, in life, I have to have a project. I have to have something to do. I've still got projects going on up there right now. I just put a big new oven in, and we just built that. So that was a project that went in last week. and cooked on it. So, you know, I think all the projects stand out for me because I love doing them all the time, and I love, you know, just doing stuff.
Let him go now.
I think that we tried to, my vision, my dream was to name all these places so the next generation and the next generation have some recollection of who those people before them were. You know, because they're easily forgotten after 2 generations, you know, like your great-grandfather is, you never met, and you don't even know, or you forget about, and you only think about your grandfather. So I think it's important to, if you've got these names there, then the stories can be told to the next generation. Oh, this is, you know, this is Alan's flat. This was your great-great-grandfather, blah, blah, blah. Or this is Lake Anne, that's your great-grandmother, and so forth. And that's what I wanted to do and achieve. And even like, you know, Sarah's paddock and Charlie Mountain, you know, that you can then, I'm thinking more of the future of Charlie's grandkids. So that's my grandfather's, that was named after him, and create this bit of a, not a dynasty, but just a legacy for those future generations and past generations.
We haven't gone past here, so we have no idea what it's like.
Back the ute up.
Our like kind of relationship, how I've kind of seen him as a kid, kind of growing up, and kind of what he's done, and then I've also kind of talked about how like you and Steph and them, you guys have all just had kids in the last few years, like the next generation.
I have a theory in life which I've lived by, and that is that I am living in my children's memories. I'm living in them because I've got such great memories of certain times in my life, and you know, they're only snippets of things. So what my job is to create more of those snippets for my kids when they're 50 to look back on. So I always believe that I'm living in my kids' memories. Yeah, well, look, the Sunset Club was a really good place to go to. It was just a ridge line that was had a clear view of the bush horizon, the ridges in the distance, and it was the sun setting. The sun was always setting in the distance. So we'd get up there at 4 o'clock in the afternoon in the wintertime, and we'd take cheese and biggies and some beers and some champagne and wine, and I built a little set of tables and chairs up there. And we had an open fire. We used to get the fire going because it used to get cold right at the top of the mountain. We're at about nearly 1,000 metres up when you're at the top there. And we had a road that we built to get into the Sunset Club. And it was just one of those special places that we'd all get up there with beanies on, watch the sunset, have a few cheese and bickies, and then drive back down for dinner, because we put the dinner on in the camp ovens or something like that. They'd drive up there for an hour, and the neighbours used to come up with us. We used to create this great stuff because neighbours around the area didn't, they never used to do that sort of thing. They just stayed at home. But we created a memory for them as well. They used to come with us. And I'm so pleased that, we've been able to be part of those memories and create it. And that's what the whole purpose was, to create those memories and, to get everybody together like that and be together as a family. But, you're right, there's not many kids like you can, is to go out and light a fire within 30 seconds, right? Get a fire going straight away. And, and my kids can get a fire going in a minute, and it's a good fire going. You can do the same thing. There wouldn't be many kids that can do that.
Through the process of making this documentary, it has really reminded me of how lucky I am to have had such an amazing childhood, full of memories and experiences, laughs and great times alongside my family. Whether it was fishing at Lake Anne, standing around a fire, or just sleeping out under the stars, I'll always be thankful to Scott and his little slice of paradise.
Yeah. Good on you, Benny boy. Thanks, mate. That's nice, buddy. I'm glad you had a good time and great memories. It's fantastic.
Seventy kilometres an hour, and only Nancy was screaming all the way. We hit 70 k's an hour. How was it?